Hello again everybody. By now you should have watched the video getting the conversation started. If you haven't done so, can you please watch it now? This video is about gathering enough information to determine the next steps. It will focus on observation, understanding and triage. So firstly, observation. We touched briefly in the last video about non-verbal and verbal communication. In order for you to be an effective observer, you need to watch other people's body language. Note the tone of their voice and look at how they present themselves to you. Signs of distress can manifest themselves in lots of different ways. The participant may look overly tired. They may be wearing dirty or smelly clothing, and they may be distressed, crying. They may have unbrushed hair or unwashed faces and hands. There's all these signs that you're looking for indicate a deeper emotional distress. The participant may be too quiet, they may be withdrawn, or they may be very loud and overly aggressive. Do not be afraid to ask them about their daily routine. Are they sleeping? Are they eating? Are they getting along with their peers, their scout leaders, or their managers? Remember to avoid putting words into their mouth. Please do not make suggestions about how you think they are feeling. The participant should tell you themselves. Ask them open-ended questions, questions that require an explanation, not just a yes or no answer. Page 8 of the handbook has signals of distress, but we will cover these in more detail in video 4. So next is understanding. The participant needs to know that you are listening to them. This may not always be obvious. You can make sure that you understand by asking them, can I just clarify what you're telling me? Is this correct? And repeat back to them what they've just said to you. That way, if staff do misunderstand what the participant is saying, you can be corrected and make sure you fill the encounter form in correctly. So this is the point at which you must fill in the encounter form. Take a note of their name and their ID number. The encounter form itself can be found on page 9 of the handbook. Please make yourself familiar with this piece of paper. At the end of the encounter, the form should be given to your station chief, who will enter the information on the station laptop at the end of their shift. Only station chiefs can enter this information onto the laptop because we need to ensure consistency of reporting purposes. By the end of your encounter, you will know whether you have been able to help that participant or not. This bit is triage. If you have helped the participant, you should record it on the form and close the encounter. If you have not been able to help, but another member of staff has, this should be recorded on the encounter form and you should close the encounter. If, however, staff at the station are not able to help the participant at all, you need to contact your station chief so they can be referred to either the chaplains or mental health. This should also be recorded on the encounter form, which should go to the next tier with the participant so that you can effectively hand over. If there is an immediate threat to life, harm to themselves or to others, you should contact the camp medical staff through your station chief. If you can take the participant to base camp medical, then do so. If not, the medical staff will come to you. Please make sure that in this instance, at least the name and the ID number of the participant is recorded on the encounter form, and when the issue is dealt with, you can complete the rest of the form from what you can remember. Listening ears should not be dealing with mental health issues. Regardless of your training, your profession or your background, you do not have a license to practice in the state of West Virginia, and you must hand these on to Tier 2 and Tier 3. Page 10 of the handbook will give you some advice on what we can deal with and what we cannot. Please read it carefully. The same principle applies to roaming patrols. If you can get the participant to Base Camp Medical, you should do so. If you cannot, you should call for help and wait for them to come to you. At all times, inside and outside of the station, you should practice 2 deep leadership. Each station will have at least 2 chaplains assigned to it. If the encounter is of a spiritual nature, you should really pass it to the chaplains. So to sum up, if the staff follow the Scout model, shelter, communication, observation, understanding and triage, you'll be able to deal with every encounter and record it appropriately on the form. If in doubt, refer up and out. Remember that if any staff have any concerns or need someone to listen to them, please get in touch with your station chief or your divisional liaison, as we are there to help you and only too happy to do so. So if you have any questions about the video or the handbook, please ask. Thank you for watching and see you in West Virginia.